What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and we're hearing that there are new updates coming out on stimulus, Ukraine and Russia, and I've got actually an interview for you from Senator Joe Manchin, who's leading the charge on both of these, and he's going to be covering all the details as to where things currently stand, and we're going to be hearing him say that this war is their #1 priority, and also, for him, dealing with inflation, which puts a big question mark as to what's going to be included in this new revised Build Back Better stimulus reconciliation bill. Now, we've already heard it is not going to have a fourth federal level stimulus check. Now, we will see if that's going to be following as we're having massive inflation, and we're going to see how Congress combats with that. I'll keep you up to date here on the channel. Also, child tax credits. Will they be included? We've also had introduced new standalone bills, and we will see what's going to be unfolding. And if you missed my last video, you might want to check it out, as we also heard that today, President Joe Biden is going to be having a huge, major announcement about the Russia and Ukraine war that's happening. And also, we're hearing that Congress is going to be introducing a new global bill that includes an assortment of different agenda items and that need to get passed. So if you missed that one, check it out right after this one. But right now, you guys, I've got the latest interview with Joe Manchin on everything unfolding with the new stimulus bill and Russia and Ukraine. So let's go ahead and dive right in, get you caught up on the latest. But before we do, if you can do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you appreciate the updates, don't forget, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps out my channel a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments. Share this out if you think it's going to help out other people. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, totally free to do so. Come join the Ram fam. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell to stay notified as soon as updates come out. And if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. All you got to do is hop onto Instagram, shoot me a DM at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and take a look at this video footage and hear from Senator Joe Manchin.
And joining me now is Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia. He, of course, chairs the Senate's Energy and Natural Resources Committee. Senator Manchin, welcome back to Meet
Good to be with you.
Meet
Good
the
to be
press.
with you, Chuck.
Look, you were on this Zoom with President Zelensky yesterday. Before I get into the details, just, what was that like with him? What did he say to you guys?
It was so surreal, but to have a person there in the front, on the front lines, taking mortars every day and basically seeing his people being slaughtered and willing to withstand all of this and fight back, and all he asked for was basically, just help me, I'll fight my own fight, just give me the tools to do it. And for us to hesitate, or anyone to hesitate in the free world, is wrong. And he said that. He said, listen, if Ukraine falls, then Europe may fall. Where do you want to stop?
So what does that mean for you? Are you right now, would you support a no-fly zone? Would you support doing this, which could trigger a wider conflict?
I understand that, but right now you don't signal to the nemesis of Putin. This is Putin's war. This is not the Russian people's war. This is Putin's war and his quest for whatever it may be. But to take anything off the table thinking we might not be able to use things because we've already taken them off the table is wrong. I would take nothing off the table, but I would be very clear that we're going to support the Ukrainian people, the Ukrainian president, and this government every way humanly possible. Zelensky was very clear. He says, we don't need you to fight our fight. We don't need you to fly our planes or fly your planes into our war zone. We need the planes that we can fly ourselves, and we have them on the border.
Right. You heard Secretary Blinken. That deal seems to be at least in motion.
I hope it's very
the trading
quickly,
of jets with the Poles in particular.
Absolutely.
Correct?
We need to backfill that.
All right. On the oil and gas embargo, you heard the Secretary's answer. Basically, he's saying, yes, we're in favor of it if the entire alliance does it too, which sounds like there is an interest in doing it unilaterally. Is there a majority support in Congress for it unilateral?
I believe, and I would say this, the people in my state of West Virginia believe it's basically foolish for us to keep buying products and giving profit and giving money to Putin to be able to use against the Ukrainian people. That's exactly what he's doing. So why wouldn't we lead? Why wouldn't we show the resolve we have? I understand there's more dependency in the world, but here's the problem. We have the ability to ratchet up and be able to backfill. We have the energy. We have the resources here, and we have the technology. We're 1 million barrels short a day right now that we can just ramp up like that. We can do certain things, and we don't have to put any more pain on the American people than are already suffering with inflation now.
Right.
But I believe the American people would, if they basically pay, if they had to, seeing that they're saving freedom and saving lives of people, innocent people.
We've seen some polling that indicates that for now. Okay.
That's a difficult one.
Let's see what happens when it's $5 gas.
Well, look at the gas now at $4. It wasn't because of this. Inflation's already wreaked havoc on it now. And basically, we're going to say we're going to set back now because we're afraid it might go up a little bit more. It might go up anyway, and we haven't done nothing. I'm willing to at least do something and say Whatever it would take, we're going to ramp up our energy. We're going to basically produce the oil, the natural gas, build the pipelines. We've been stymied. We're not getting anything done from the standpoint of energy. We can do both, Chuck. We can do the energy that we need as far as in this fossil world that we live in, and do it cleaner than anybody else in the world, and innovation. But we can also transition to a cleaner technology.
Now, is this the price of your involvement in new talks on a reconciliation bill with Democrats and with the president? Meaning, like, look, you sort of outlined some top lines here. You said it needs to lower the deficit. I'd like to do prescription drugs, and if there's anything else left, then maybe we can talk about other things. But you also had a big circle around energy independence there. Does that come, you want to see an increase in energy production before you'll sit down with Biden?
Let me say the most important thing, and the thing that I'm worried about every day is inflation right now. It's affecting every West Virginian, every American that I know of has basically told me the high prices they're paying they can't sustain. And it's hurting the people that need it the most, people that are working like the Dickens, trying to make a living. They need help. So inflation is the number one thing. Basically supporting Ukraine and saving freedom and democracy around the world, because it will permeate if we don't stop it. Next of all, we can do all of this, okay? But you got to get your financial house in order. My grandfather always said, Joe, he said, unmanaged debt will make cowardly decisions out of you. You'll make a cowardly decision. We've got to get that under control.
Is this war in Europe make it harder to do this deal with the president or easier?
I think it makes us more realistic. This is the real world. We keep talking these aspirational things we want to do, whether it's the far left, far right, whatever it may be. Forget about the aspiration. We're living in a real world. Global climate is global. It's not North American. It's not United States only. It's global. And we have to look at this as global, what we can do. Our energy that we produce in America is better and cleaner than any place else in the world. So anything that we backfill is going to be better than what they produce. The gas from LNG that we can send over, expanding the ports. We've got basically requests for permits that are still standing and we haven't given. We need to do that. We got pipeline. I got a Mountain Valley pipeline in the state of West Virginia. It'll take 2 BCF, 2 billion cubic feet a day into the marketplace immediately. And you know what? It's 95% done. I can't get it done.
What do you say to those that say if we continue to expand fossil fuel infrastructure, like pipelines like that, it just makes it harder for us to get to clean?
Let me just tell you one thing. They said the pipelines. Those can't eventually transition into hydrogen pipelines. We can do so much with that. It's the clean technology that we're going for. It's almost like if you don't stop this, you won't do this. That's not right, Chuck.
All right, who are you negotiating with? The president or Senator Schumer?
There's no formal talks going on right now, I can assure you. Basically, everybody talks. I talk to everybody. You
throw it out there, and it's up to
I'm
others
just
to
saying,
come to you?
get your financial house in order. The only one thing all Democrats voted, we voted against the 2017 Republican tax cuts. We thought they were weighted unfairly. If you have one thing that you're all united on, fix it.
Senator Joe Manchin, Democrat of West Virginia, appreciate you coming in.
Thanks, Chuck. Good to be with you.
There you have it, you guys. He covered a lot there. Sounds like the war with Russia and Ukraine is escalating. Prices of gas and oil are going up, and we're hearing today with Biden's announcement, it's likely going to keep going up. Now, in addition to that, we're hearing that inflation is his number one concern here domestically, and they're working a way to try to get something done with that reconciliation bill to provide more additional stimulus to help us out at this time. And we're also hearing there's likely going to be more stimulus reconciliation bills coming in 2022 and this year is the midterm elections, which means Democrats, they're going to be trying to push something through to help keep Americans voting in their favor so that way they stay in power in the Senate, the House, and in the presidency. And you guys, I will keep you up to date. That is the latest coming out. And as more information rolls out, I'll be sure to share here on the channel. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second, smash that like button. Helps out the channel a ton. I appreciate it. If you want to join the Ram fam, totally free to do so. I'll keep you up to date. Just hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. And if you want to reach me directly, just hop on Instagram, shoot me a DM at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.